So I've been getting texts all week or over the last several days and screenshots of you on News 12. Share a little bit about what you're talking about on the news.
What's up, Jared?
What's going on? Where are we today?
Today we're here on the Village Green next to Village Hall, the beautiful village of Farmingdale, right
So
off
we
Main
figured,
Street.
we figured we'll change it up a little bit, get out of this podcast studio and
Yeah.
change it up a little bit. It's holiday time, so you're seeing a
is.
lot of activity in all these villages and all this cool stuff.
Yeah, we're looking out. I mean, I don't think there's much behind us, but in front of us we got Christmas trees and big Christmas trees and wreaths and garland, and I think there's a lot more probably coming over the next couple weeks.
I love villages and small municipalities during the holiday season. Everyone asks where tax dollars go. Part of that is just the experience. So all the stuff that is involved in the decorations, the activities. So there's a lot of activities Farmingdale's doing, right?
Yeah, lots of stuff coming up. You got the holiday tree lighting that's coming up on next week, actually. You have a holiday art market that's going to be like an art crawl down Main Street. All vendors set up on the sidewalks up and down Main Street, and then each business is running their own little holiday events. So you got to have the village looking good and feeling good, and then have some stuff to convince people to come here to see how good it looks.
So I've been getting texts all week or over the last several days and screenshots of you on News 12. It's kind of chamber driven, but it has a lot to do with small businesses. Share a little bit about what you're talking about on the news.
Yeah, so we've been talking about small business season. I keep talking about it, and this year people seem to want to listen a little bit. You've heard of Small Business Saturday. American Express did a great job of branding Small Business Saturday sort of as a clap back at Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which were both, holidays or shopping days really for big stores and big internet retailers. You're talking Walmart and Amazon, but there really was nothing for small business, your local mom and pop, so to speak. So American Express started talking about Small Business Saturday. The problem is the world keeps changing, and one day is not enough for small businesses. We talk about it all the time. First of all, you want small business to exist. When you go to the butcher, isn't it a better experience than going to Lidl or Walmart for your groceries and your meat? Or if you go to a small independent little Italian deli, isn't that a better experience than going to ShopRite or Stop and Shop? So we want those places to exist because you get a better experience, better shopping experience. But those are the places that sponsor your little leagues, that help pay for the decorations you see in your downtown. So we just keep talking about it this time of year. It's important to talk about small business, not because they're going to get all of the spending dollars, but because they'll get some of the spending dollars, and that's more than maybe in years past.
Yeah, so talk about sponsors and all that and helping small businesses. I know my son and my daughters play a lot of youth sports. Most people's kids play youth sports, and a lot of those youth sports are sponsors. So go to those fields, look at the back of the shirts, see who is sponsoring your child's league, team activities, and maybe go out of your way to try to patronize those sort of businesses.
Those are the places that, where the owner lives in your neighborhood. Those are the places that when the mom is diagnosed with cancer, allows them, the mom to work whatever hours they feel comfortable working, that cover for each other, that give people off for the holidays. Those are the places, those are the businesses that make our communities what they are and make them so great. So it's important that you remember them when you're spending money, because sometimes it's just out of sight, out of mind. You want to shop there, you like what they provide, you don't always remember it. So Chambers are trying to do a good job this year of reminding people.
Even little things. You go to the grocery store, you need a lot of things for these holiday dinners. Thanksgiving, Christmas, you need bread. Christmas Eve, a lot of people do fish. Thanksgiving, you need a bird. There's lots of different places you could go that are small business owners to get those sort of things. You could go to a local bakery. You could go to a meat market to get your turkey. You could go to a local, I don't know if there's any local fish stores that I know of, but
Well,
even
sure
drinking.
are, yeah, Freeport, and you got
Well, that's
New Wave
very true.
and Montauk. There's plenty all over.
All right, there is plenty.
Southside.
Your wine, you could go to a local liquor store instead of one of the big ones. Your beer, you could go to a local beer distributor opposed to a grocery store. So grocery stores, we don't have to worry about them going out of business. They're going to stay in business, but we do have to worry about small businesses, and we need to really go out and spend some money over there.
Your average small business owner, you want to use bakeries or fishmongers, they're not living on the water in Massapequa. They're not living in Muttontown. They're not living up in, Port Washington. They live in whatever town you live in. And these are not people who are looking to rip everyone off and make millions of dollars with a publicly traded company. They're just looking to, pay their mortgage, live in town, have a decent car, and that's not easy for anybody. But when you don't know where your next paycheck's coming from, when you have to put in the extra hours because you got no help, that's what the small business person is doing to stay afloat. It's important that we respect that, and we understand that there's a freedom in small business, and that, as an option, as an opportunity for young people and older people and everyone in between, is an important part of what makes America America. Being able to say, I'm not going to partake in the corporate, rigmarole and go start my own business, whether it's a consulting company and services, a store, a grocer, fishing for a living, whatever that might be. That's an important plan for a lot of people, and it's important that that exists in America.
And just lastly, shout out to the small businesses. With Amazon and all these other websites, convenience is super key, and a lot of these small businesses stepped up, and they do have those sort of systems that make things really convenient. So check them out.
I mentioned it in the one of the press conferences with News 12. It was kind of like the Joe Garcia channel the last week, but don't go shopping at small business at a charity. Do it because it's a better value. I was at a big box retailer recently. I needed a very specific thing that I knew they'd have, and I walked all the way to the back end of the store. I felt like I walked a marathon, and I get to the back end and I go to look to buy the exact thing I knew they had because I looked it up online, and guess what wasn't where it was supposed to be, that item, right? So I had to try to figure out something else. And then I walk it up to the front, and I have to do self-checkout. Of course, as soon as you do it, it doesn't register the item in the bagging area. So now I need the one employee who's there running like 8 registers to come over and help me. Then on the way out, the box store basically accuses me of stealing it by requiring to look at the receipt I have in my right hand while I'm carrying this big item. So she looks quickly, no big deal. But I'll tell you, if you're shopping at a small business and you walk in and you say hi to the owner and you walk over there and tell them what you need and they carry it out to your car, maybe gift wrap it for you, it's definitely a higher end experience. It's a better shopping experience, and that's what small business offers.
So we mentioned we're in the holiday season. Christmas Day dinner, prime rib, roast beef, filet mignon, or something else. What you go to? What do you think is the right dinner for Christmas Day?
I think it's macaroni, man. It's cavadil.
Cavadil.
Some red sauce. We do the sausage and mushrooms for the last bunch of years also. It's basically a sausage mushroom ragu. And between that and the antipasta, that's Christmas. Whatever else is in between, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as it shouldn't be a turkey. I don't know. I don't like turkey, so that's probably why.
One of the things I was thinking about as we're entering the holiday season, because day after Thanksgiving, I'm heading out to Jersey to see some of my wife's friends. The amount of gatherings and Friendsgiving and catching up with this person, catching up with that person, having all these group dinners, it's kind of insane during these holiday season.
Yeah, well, I think coming out of the pandemic and COVID, there's been a real push to try to reconnect with people, and now that doesn't happen as much on accident. Plus, you're years later, so kids are different ages and whatnot. But there's a push to create those opportunities again. I think that's part of it. But this year after Thanksgiving, I've done that for years. We've had Turkey Bowl. This year, we're pulling the plug and we're going up in the mountains for a couple days.
Nice. Putting our real estate hat on for a second, one of the things we've noticed just on a personal level as far as people we speak with and services that some of our clients need, there's a big push for the over 55 community, a real kind of demand for the township golden age housing, which are basically they're sort of subsidized priced co-ops. And there's not a lot of them around, so it's sort of interesting how baby boomers are getting a little older, and well, not we, but they are getting a little older, and there's definitely sort of a desire for them to want to stay local, but also wanted to get out of the big house, the big expenses, and try to live more affordable.
I could see myself going, town of Oyster Bay being one example, golden age. I'm involved in a transaction now with it. It's 62 years and older. The waiting list wasn't very long, few 4 or 5 months maybe. Low 200,000s. The maintenance with the electric is like $350 a month, so very affordable unit. And it's a 2-bedroom, real grown-up apartment. Kitchen, dining room, living room, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and then you have across the street. You got a little porch, and across the street you have a meeting room, and they do different activities there all month long. So It actually looks like a lot of fun, and they're beautiful places.
And to be in the area. So that same place in the private sector is easily $100,000 to $200,000 more.
Yeah, for sure. So this allows, seniors who have paid their dues to stay in the community, stay close to the grandkids, stay close to the parents. The second bedroom lets them still have sleepovers with the grandkids, or if one day they need some live-in aid, they have the ability to do that. So they're really great units, and that frees up inventory for the next family to take over in that house. A couple other things I've noticed. We talked a lot about today, making the village look good and lots of nice decorations. Man, there's nothing better than when a new family moves into a neighborhood and maybe buys that rental house that was rented for years. They're going to do a great job making it look good, decorating it nice for the holidays. That really, again, helps support neighborhoods. And when realtors when you hire a realtor, you want to hire a realtor who's going to give you that high-end small business customer experience, right? When that buyer walks in that front door of the open house, you want the buyer to feel like the red carpet was rolled out for them. Wow, this is home, this is comfortable, this is great. You don't want the realtor who, puts the sign outside, puts it on the internet, and is sitting on the stairs when the buyer comes in and says, oh yeah, go look around, I'll be here. That's not providing that high-end experience. And at realtors, we need to do a better job of providing that type of experience, as this market has just gotten really confusing for everybody. What is not confusing is good people doing good work and making it feel fun while they do it.
Yeah, one size does not fit all.
No.
One realtor is not the same as others. There's an old stigma that we're a commodity, and it couldn't be further from the truth. You bunch a lot of the bad actors into one pool, it sort of looks like a commodity, but people's biggest investment, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 investment, whether you're buying or selling it, you don't want any sort of mistakes that could cost you tens of thousands of dollars, or the difference of getting a house or not.
Listen, you don't want Walmart selling your house, you want Weichert selling your house, and there's a reason we sell more. It's because we do more, and it's a better value to hire a full-service company like ours who's going to provide that experience for the buyer and the seller, as opposed to maybe that discount retailer, version of us.
So one last question, Joseph. Are you happy that there's Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving, or is it something that you think should not happen?
I wouldn't do it at my house. I have Thanksgiving decorations out, but I don't have a problem with people jumping the gun. It's a lot of fun decorating for the holidays, and the fact of the matter is it takes a lot of time to put that stuff out. So if you got to do it over a couple of weeks, why not? I'm more of a leave it out late person, so I start close to the end of the month, and I will leave it up almost most of January. So there's nothing that looks more depressing on the block when all the lights are off, because January gets real dark. So I like to leave it up a little later. I think you're the opposite.
Yeah, the earlier the better. I can't wait to get that stuff up. I didn't get it up yet though, but I will be.
When do you take yours down?
You know what?
You're like December 26th, aren't you?
No, not necessarily, but definitely if it's a nice day and it's a little early, I'll just rip it down.
Not much past New Year's for you guys.
No, definitely not.
All right, I'm freezing. How about you?
Yeah, one last question.
All right.
What restaurant are you absolutely going to hit before Christmas?
That's a good question. I should have realized you'd ask that, because we basically finish all these podcasts with that question. I think that well, certainly some kind of an Italian restaurant. Vespa does a really nice job decorating. We stare at it all day. They already switched over their decorations, so that might be one of them. And I got a gift card to Bacaro, so I've never eaten there. I want to try that out. And I think nothing says Christmas more to me than Italian food. So
yeah, absolutely. Christmas time, you definitely want to hit the Italian spots. And Bacaro is going to be my pick. And I'm definitely going to have a two. I'm going to go out at least twice. In the month of December, we're going to hit Cara Mia and Seaford as well.
It's funny. That was the other one I was thinking of. I have gift cards to both, and maybe we'll take a
I think we named the three best in the area. We got Vespa, Cara Mia, and Bacaro.
It certainly gets us close.
All right, gentlemen and ladies, enjoy the holiday season.
All right. Have a good one.
Till next time.
Happy holidays. Let's go warm up.